Hi everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today I have a much awaited 2022 bullet journal setup video for you guys. In my previous 2 years I did a sped up video, so for this year I kind of wanted to just sit down and make it another chit chatty video. So this is my new Archer and Olive bullet journal. It's a super pretty olive green color, totally up my alley, and I'm so excited to dive in. And of course I have my coffee here to get me through this video. I am a little tired from studying for finals, so I do apologize if I seem a little low energy today. So this is the inner cover and first page, and for this page I kind of want to do something exciting. I specifically went out and bought some Sharpies. I am going to fill this page up completely with doodles, and I'm not worried about bleed through with a Sharpie because you know, nothing's gonna bleed through this cover. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. I am going to start off by sketching. This is my Uni Alpha Gel mechanical pencil. I've mentioned this in previous videos, but this pencil I've had since I was in kindergarten, so it's a very special pencil to me. It's still available on various websites like Amazon and Jet Pens, but I refuse to get a new one. Okay, I am honestly a bit nervous. I have not worked with Sharpies in quite a while, so let's hope this all works out. So I've been doodling for, I would say 15 to 20 minutes now, and the smell of Sharpie is just filling up my entire apartment. I think it's actually quite fun to make these doodles with Sharpie. You get to be a lot more carefree and bold. Literally bold. We are in December now, which means I have finals coming up. Some courses in university don't have finals, but for this semester I happen to have finals in all 5 of my courses, so that is not very fun. Okay, you guys, I am actually very happy with how this turned out. I did consider extending some of the illustrations to this side, but I think I'm gonna just keep it over here. It did bleed through a little bit over here, but that is okay. I'm now going to work on my name, which I also already penciled in, and I'm going to add some color to this. I think I'm gonna use a yellow, a pink, whoops, maybe a green. I think I want to do kind of like an offset look, which I'm kind of nervous about because I'm not sure if I can pull it off. Ugh, it's not looking so good currently, but let's trust the process. This is not looking very promising. Yikes. Okay, I'm gonna let this dry a little bit. Hey, that's not too shabby. A little wonkiness, but I think it adds character. Alrighty, I'm actually a pretty big fan of how this turned out, apart from this L that I kind of messed up, but I don't think it's too big of a deal. Now I'm still trying to decide if I want to add color to this side, and I'm leaning towards yes. So all I'm gonna do is just use the same colors and make little polka dots everywhere. And I think this will just make this cover page look a lot more cohesive. At least I hope so. Hello, I just got back from my lunch break. I did get myself a cappuccino, which is lovely. Anyways, as you can see, I did make a little smudge here, which is very sad, but that is okay. One more thing before I move on to the actual inner parts, I want to add this little vinyl, this panda onesie vinyl from my shop. I think I'll put it on the corner. Typically I would center it, but I think this will be kind of cute. There we go. Look how adorable. Okay, moving on to the inner part. This is going to be where I put my year at a glance. Now, in my previous video, which is my 2022 Hobonichi cousin setup video, here it is. I showed you guys how to use the free printables from my Facebook group to make this year at a glance. I'm honestly too lazy to do this again, and it'll be kind of repetitive. You can go to that video if you want to see how to do it for your bullet journal as well. But again, I'm too lazy for this video, so I'm just going to use this dashboard that I also sell in my shop. That's pre-printed, all formatted for you, and I'm just going to glue this down. Now there is the issue of the Sharpie that bled through, and at first I was like, that's okay, it's not gonna bother me, but I think I do need to do something about it. So I'm going to use my Tombow fudenosuke brush pen. This does not bleed through the Archer and Olive pages, so I'm going to just draw a bunch of leaves and plants, I guess, and try to make it look intentional. So this part is going to be covered up anyways, so I'm not going to bother with that. This is my Tombow tape runner, and I always forget. Okay, it's this side. If I had all of my crafting supplies here in Toronto, I would have used my corner rounder to round these corners. And the reason why there's a larger space is because I want to letter in year at a glance. You can see that my brush pen is very frayed. Alright, so this page is going to be important dates, but before I do that, I want to make some tabs, and this may or may not work out well. I don't know why I want to make my life more complicated than it already is. So I want to make 3 tabs, and they're going to be 8 squares wide. So the first one is going to be here, and I'm just going to cut it off. And if this doesn't work out, then I'm scrapping this video. Right. So that is tab number 1. Do I like that? Another thing that I noticed is that you can see the dots on the pages don't line up very well from page to page. So this is actually an issue. I actually need to measure out the tabs instead of going by the squares because it's not very consistent. So this is about 4 centimeters. So I would have to measure out 4 centimeters here. Oh, why do I even have a ruler here? That's so stupid. Okay, I can just use this page. I'm not sure if I want to manually round the corners or if I want to keep it, or if I want to keep it sharp like this. Okay, I think I'm gonna round them. I'm just gonna use scissors, and I'm gonna do it off camera because I need to get really up and close with this. Okay, so obviously it would have looked a lot better with a actual corner rounder, but we'll keep this for now. One other thing is I want to color in the tabs. I think that'll look really, really cute. Okay, you guys, I am so in love with how this looks. Isn't it adorable? Let's move on to filling out the important dates. This is just going to be like all of the birthdays and holidays that I want to celebrate throughout the year, or just like any other important date. So I don't know if I want to do 1, 2, 3, 4 or 1, 2, 3, 4. Gigantic 1. That is the ugliest 9 I have ever seen. So for the double digits, I'm going to start off with the 2nd, then the 1st. Alright, so I actually really like how this turned out. I don't have my full schedule for next year just yet, so I cannot fill it out completely, but I will just put in a few things that happen every year. Okay, so I filled out this page the best that I could, and I will just keep adding to this as the year goes by. So I'm going to move on. This is going to be a pen swatch page, and then this one is going to be like a division guide page. So I'm not going to do anything too fancy, but I do want to split this down the middle. And I'm going to reserve the top side for colorful swatches, and then the bottom for just like gel pens and stuff. So I don't really have any new pens that I want to swatch right now, but just for the sake of a demo, I'm going to swatch these Kokuyo two-toned highlighters here. Hopefully I can fill this up towards the end of the year. Moving on to this page, which is going to be a division page. I'm basically just going to count the squares and divide it up into some common sections like in half, in thirds, in quarters, etc. So I just realized that because I cut off the ends for the tabs, it doesn't go all the way across, which means I can't like draw a line all the way across, but I will make do. Okay, so this doesn't look perfect, but it is more so for functionality, so I am okay with it. Let's move on to the next page. This is going to be a pros and cons of 2022, which is a new idea that I thought of. So I kind of want this page to just be a place where I can put down some pros and cons of 2022 just throughout the year. Okay, that was a very quick page to finish. The next one that I want to do is a year in Polaroids. And I do this basically every year. I don't actually use Polaroids, but I kind of just draw them in. So apart from this little screw up, I think it turned out really cute. And then the last page that I'm going to work on for this video is my monthly reading tracker, which I'm actually going to do tomorrow, I think, because I have to study for linear algebra now. So yeah, I will be back. It's another day and I'm going to finish off the reading list tracker. I do have some ink smudges on my fingers because I've been working on linear algebra for the past few hours. Anyways, let's finish this off. I'm just going to start off by lettering in a header. So for the books, I'm just going to really simply draw in a rectangle, and this is the same for all of my previous setups as well. And you can draw in your own stars, but I have these rating emojis from my shop. It has all of these stars pre-drawn, so it saves you a bunch of time. And I am going to repeat that, how many times? 9 times? Putting down this wood grain washi. Apologies if you can hear the sirens. And then here I'm just going to doodle in some covers. I'm not going to doodle everything in just because we're still in December and I don't have my entire reading list planned out for next year, and I'm probably going to come across books that I want to read. So I am just going to probably doodle in like 2 or 3 covers just as a demo. I typically just stick with grayscale markers and outline things with a gel pen, so it's very simple. Alright, so this is about it for my setup video. I have a whole year ahead of me to add a bunch of fun spreads, and I'm very excited to share them with you. And hopefully at the end of the year I can do a flip through and show you all of the spreads. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next week. Bye!